Come to Helmuth Ford, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shuttler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
Keokuk County Economic Development presents the 10 Grand Gala, Friday, November 14th at the Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney. Join us for a night of casino-themed fun, food, drinks, prizes, and a chance to win $10,000. Friday, November 14th at the Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney. For more information and tickets, contact Keokuk County Economic Development at 112 East Washington Street in Sigourney. Call 641-622-2288 or go to kcediowa.org.
Jordan Beam is performing live this Friday night at 7 p.m. at the Watt Cheer Opera House in Watt Cheer, Iowa. Tickets for adults are just $20 and 18 and under are only $10. Jordan Beam is an award-winning country singer-songwriter from Altoona, Iowa, and is one of the fastest rising stars in the Midwest. You don't want to miss Jordan Beam at the Watt Cheer Opera House this Friday night at 7 p.m.
This is Jordan Beam. I hope to see you this Friday night in Watt Cheer.
The Retro Antique and Curiosities Shop Crawl is coming your way in the Oskaloosa and Pella area November 14th and 15th, and you don't want to miss it. From vintage treasures to quirky finds, this two-day crawl is your passport to the most unique shops in the Oskaloosa-Pella area. Think antiques, retro vibes, repurposed wonders, and all the nostalgic feels. Get a complete list of the shops and all the information you need at Retro Antique Tour on Facebook. And plan to shop on November 14th and 15th.
Hey, this is Buff Bagwell, and you're watching the Card Subject Change podcast. Check it out.
Welcome back to the show!
Welcome back to the show.
And now, your hosts of the Card Subject to Change podcast, the For Frequency's Sake Tag Team Champions of the World, the Wizard CZ, and Never Wrong, Nick Bull.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting edition of the Card Subject to Change podcast, the podcast by the fan for the fan. Of course, we are powered by Lopez Pizza, built by Durham Remodeling, and colored by Ryan Allison Tattoos. And of course, you're hearing us loud and clear on the For Frequency's Sake network. Glad you're with us. Welcome back to our little corner of the world, the wrestling, the weird little world of wrestling that we all love here at the Card Subject to Change podcast. Of course, I am Never Wrong, Nick Bull. I couldn't do this alone. My tag team partner is here. He is one half of the For Frequency's Sake Tag Team Champions. And he is, well, we don't know if he's a shoot wizard or not. We're still trying to figure that out. But that's neither here nor there. He is my tag team partner. He is the one. He is the only. He is the Wizard CZ. Wiz, how you doing, bud?
Man, I am doing good. It's been a fun weekend. Got to see a Zawa show last night, which I talk a little bit about in my upcoming article this Thursday. I'm back into writing, so that's good. But no, I'm excited. We've got a fun topic today and a guest that we've known for a while. And Nick, I'm going to let you give him the intro because you're going to do a much better job than I will.
Well, before we bring him in, I just want to say, this is why we do this show. There's no format. We don't really adhere to a set of rules. And I'm like, you know what? We have a friend that we haven't had on this show. And we have a friend that we all have a topic that we were friends with at one point. And it's a great discussion topic. So we're going to bring him in here right now. Don't mind him. He's just a big, dumb animal. He is a great friend of ours. We'll get to the bottom of that story as well. Don't mind him. He's a big, dumb animal. I was thinking about that earlier today, just chuckling. So we're going to get that out there as well. He is a friend of CZ and I's. He is a friend of the show. Big round of applause and a hearty welcome for Ryan Cerny, a.k.a. Renegade. Ryan, how you doing, bud?
I'm great. Thank you for that nice introduction. Thank you for bringing up the callback from his
I'm sure we'll get there at some point.
Oh, sounds great. Yeah, no, I gotta you pop me with that.
Well, once upon a time, we started this show, and we might have done a show every once, way back when, but we've had like one Mount Rushmore show in 224 episodes. So it's time for a second one. And we wanted to bring our friend along for that. But before we get to that, since it's your first time in the studio, and I ask all first-time guests the same question, why is it professional wrestling for you? Why pro wrestling? What got you in? And you're obviously a huge effing mark like the rest of us.
Yeah. I don't know what gave it away. Is it the stuff behind me? I don't know. I thought, I don't mean to bring it down. I wasn't ready for this question. I don't mean to bring the podcast down immediately, but like I thought about it heavily earlier this year when my brother passed away. Like it is just what makes me feel like kid, like forever. I wrote that in his eulogy, and it's just I can't remember not liking wrestling. Do you know what I'm saying? It was one of the first things that me and my brother ever remember doing together. So in that aspect, it's just the best thing ever when you can forget how old you are in a arena watching a match, like Shawn and Taker at WrestleMania 25 that I was at. I don't know if there's anything that comes close to it.
I would follow that up if we had a wrestler on what got them to become part of the business. So I'm going to spin that a little. You say wrestling's been a part of your life forever. Do you have a specific memory that you would call your earliest memory of?
Sure. Like earliest memory of getting into it?
Yes.
Yeah. My family, on my mom's side is from England, and for some reason England, like, they were more into wrestling than America was, at least in my area growing up. So when my mom would take me and my brother over there growing up to visit, my grandmother, like down the street, there was a kid that we played with who was super into wrestling. He would let us borrow all of his tapes, and we were like 4 or 5 years old. All right, here's Royal Rumble 93. Just watch that on repeat. All right, here's Survivor Series 92. Just watch that on repeat. WrestleMania 10, watch it on repeat and just give the tape back. Do you have anything else? We'd go in there and, we haven't watched that one yet, and pick that. And then also, they always had the best toys, too. So if you see my Hasbros over my shoulder going over to England, like, we can't find that guy back home, so we have to get it. And my mom's like, no, we'll just get it at home. It's cheaper. But you don't understand, Mom. We can't find the Purple Chunks Razor back home.
Yes, or the Kamala with the moon on his belly. Right?
Well, there's only like 70 of those made, so I don't think anybody found those.
We're joined here by Ryan Cerny on the Card Subject to Change podcast, powered by Low Pies Pizza, built by Durham Remodeling, colored by Ryan Allison Tattoo. Let's kind of laser focus in here more on today's topic. And of course, the topic for today's Mount Rushmore is our Ring of Honor Mount Rushmore. Now, Ring of Honor, I've said on several shows before, and I know what it means to CZ. And for me, it was a gateway into what independent wrestling was. It gave me introduction to guys like from Japan I had never heard of but never seen. What does Ring of Honor wrestling trigger? What does it mean to you?
Ring of Honor wrestling was like a gateway. I mean, you kind of mentioned it, but it just opened my eyes to like, there's this other kind of wrestling out there like this. It was never on my radar. Like independent wrestling was never my thing. It was always WWF first. I wasn't even really into WCW that much growing up. And then, Summer of Punk happens, and, friends are giving me DVDs. Like, you got to see this. It's like, what is this? And it was just blew my mind. I dove in as hard as I could.
I'm right there with you. I've gone to several Ring of Honor shows when I found out about them, and it's just a completely different experience from watching WWE, whether you're watching it live or whether you're watching it on TV. Either way, it's a different experience. These indie shows, particularly Ring of Honor, who had such good production quality and such tremendous talent, which is what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, and same thing. Like, I just didn't know that existed, so it blew my mind when we started going to shows back in like 05, 06, 07.
That kind of brings us to the callback. The three of us, my first Ring of Honor show was with these two guys, and then another friend of ours, Kyle Tobias, when we drove to Collinsville, Illinois, to meet Ric Flair pre-show, and then go to a show. That was my first introduction to actually going to a Ring of Honor show. Well, I've been to two, I think, 2 or 3, but that was the one where like you got the big dumb animal line from. Well. I just remember, like, you know, and you've experienced this more than I have, Ryan, and we in CZ, you've experienced it too. You just go to a wrestling show with a bunch of guys, and act like a complete fool and have the time of your lives, and like friendships are born. That's what I'll always remember about that night, and then going to that Ring of Honor show in Collinsville, Illinois.
Yeah, because if I remember, that was like the first time that I think you guys met Kyle, right? That was the very first time.
It was.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then here we are years later, and we're all still together talking about it. What was the title of that DVD? Like Gateway to the Midwest or something? Because they had like
it
was basically. I know.
Wasn't it Evolution?
I think I have the DVD over here somewhere behind me.
I've got a box of them over my shoulder, and some of them are still in the original shrink.
Wasn't that one? Maybe I'm wrong. Wasn't that one Elevation? Or it started with an E, I thought.
I think that was the second time they went back. They called it Elevation.
Was there a Flair reference?
Yeah, right. He was on the cover. I mean, he was definitely there, but.
All right, I'm gonna
find. Yeah, I know. I'm doing it right now.
It's gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me.
For those of you tuning in, we are old people. Our memories are not that great sometimes.
Yeah,
that's why Google is a godsend.
Google, Wikipedia, you name it, man.
It looks like it was Wrestling at the Gateway.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't? December 5th, 2008?
It was Styling and Profiling.
That's right.
That was the one before it.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, good times, though. I'll never forget it.
No, I'll
never forget it either. I mean, it was just like, you know, all three of us worked at the same TV station at the same time. And I think like once I discovered Ring of Honor, like I'm not the one who discovered it. I mean, but once I discovered it, like, dude, I went in deep on it and like started ordering DVDs. We talked about it in another episode that we did for a monthly podcast we do. We broke down the Joe Kobashi match, and I talk about like the website and the message boards. And that's like how much I learned from Ring of Honor. Like, what are some of your early memories here of like, you know, getting into Ring of Honor and then, you know, finding out more stuff about it, you know, that website and stuff like that?
Yeah, probably similar to you. I heard of it word of mouth, if anything, because before I came to TV6, I came right out of college.
Yep.
And so a coworker of mine, I worked at the student union making pizzas, and he came in with an ROH shirt. It was like ROH wrestling. And I was like, what's Row Wrestling? Like, I never heard of that before.
Right.
Yeah. And then he started telling me about, you got to check this out. And then there's this guy, CM Punk, and he's doing this and he's doing that. And then he started like showing me matches, you know, online. And then from there, I was just hooked. Like, going to the show was just a whole different experience. And then diving in from there. But yeah, it was all word of mouth at first.
And that's pretty much the same for me, you know, word of mouth and then getting to go to shows. I've been to shows in Chicago, shows in Dayton. And let me tell you, Dayton was one of their hot spots. Going to a show in Dayton, Ohio for Ring of Honor was a trip. That was an experience like no other.
Oh, yeah. I remember getting those DVDs from Dayton with Chris Hero on the cover because he was from Dayton, Ohio. So he was a big star there. Yeah, after that, every time Ring of Honor came around, I would go, whether it was at Chicago Ridge, you know, saw the Bullet Club Invasion come in there to Chicago Ridge, and Milwaukee at Turner Hall Ballroom. I saw the Mark Briscoe jump off the second floor balcony onto a table in the ring with Jim Cornette losing his mind in the corner saying, you can't do that. But it's just on top of Kevin Steen, I believe. You know, that blew my. We were sitting front row, me and Katie. And Katie, my wife, would go to shows with me too because she loved Ring of Honor too. She didn't like the overproduced stuff on TV. It was more fun being there and experiencing it because when you're that close to it, it's hard not to get into it.